So talking about wipeouts, I've surfed some of the biggest waves around the world. Some of the highlights have been at Jaws and Mavericks and Puerto Escondido in Mexico, but the worst experience I ever had was out at Nazare. And probably one of the reasons to this was I felt unprepared. I was going over to Portugal for a movie premiere, and as I was arriving, my friend said, "Hey, there might be a Nazare swell tomorrow," and I just thought suddenly, oh my gosh, like I haven't prepared myself mentally. But anyway, I got out there, we took the jet skis out, and Nazare is one of the craziest waves in the world. So deep out in the ocean, there are these underwater canyons, and they actually focus the energy of the waves into these huge peaks, and they produce the tallest waves in the world. This particular day wasn't 100-foot waves, but the waves were probably 50 foot, so it was still very, very big. And we were trying to paddle it. And the thing about Nazare, there's no safe zone and there's no channel. So the waves are pretty random where they're coming in, all along the beach. And there's also very intense currents of water rushing out in little gullies all over the place. I was having a pretty good session out the back, catching lots of good rides. And I was maybe sitting a little bit too close in, and suddenly I heard the people sitting further out whistling. The guys in the jet skis were whistling, and there was a really big set approaching. And I remember paddling, and at the same time while I was paddling, I was trying to take deep breaths to conserve my oxygen. I paddled over the wave, and I was met with a giant wall of water, and I just thought, okay, here we go. Things are about to get super heavy, go into survival mode. So I remember taking my long, deep breathe-ups and feeling good. I got a really good breath. I left my board next to me and swam under the water. The wave was very, very violent, pushed me super deep. And while I wasn't coming up, so I pulled my vest. I actually pulled both tags at the same time. And I came up to the surface pretty shortly after, and there was another huge wall of white water coming towards me. And my board was floating there, and I was just getting ready to go under this wave. And then I looked to my right, and there was this guy darting in on a jet ski to come and rescue me. And I just thought, there's no time for this guy to pick me up before the next one hits. And sure enough, he was racing in, he put his hand out and flung me onto the sled, and I remember just holding on with this 30-foot foamy biting at my ankles, and then I started feeling my board starting to dig into the water, and I just thought, no, please don't, please don't. It ripped me off, and I didn't get a breath, straight into the foamy. I had another tremendous beating. I came up, my leash had snapped, and there was another really big one coming my way. I was trying to do my breathe-ups, and next thing I see, there's another guy coming in on a jet ski to rescue me. He flings me onto the back of the sled. I'm holding on, and the foamy just takes us out. The foamy goes over me and over the whole jet ski. And he later told me he was in full whiteout, just holding the accelerator, trying to get out of there. And I was holding on the back, just getting ripped up and down by this huge foamy. And the foamy ripped me off again with no breath again, and I got absolutely beaten. I came up very disorientated, and there was a fourth wave, like a 15-foot double-up foam monster that just absolutely beat me and washed me up the beach. And I remember getting up onto the beach, kind of like crawling up the beach, and the horizon was moving like this, and it felt like my brain had just been totally shook inside my skull. It was definitely the heaviest experience of my life, and I really felt like if I didn't have that pool vest, I would have been in serious trouble.